I'm John Twist of University Motors, and today I've got a 66 MGB here. We're working on the steering, and I want to show you a couple things about the steering and steering wheels. So up through 1967, there's a peg on the side of the steering column here that flips the canceller. You know, you turn the canceller, and then when you turn the wheel, it flips a little lever, and the steering in the turn signal switch flicks off. 68 and onwards, this canceller, you can move it 360 degrees around. What a nice thing. This one, my gosh, when you go to put this thing into place, it has to be at 9 o'clock. So let's take a look at this. Where is it? It's at 6 o'clock. Look at this. Here's the wheel with the spokes, and the canceller's at 6 o'clock. So it ain't going to work, not unless you turn way off to one side and then come back. So the steering wheel is mounted on the steering column incorrectly, and the canceller won't work. So when you put it together, you have to make sure that this is sitting at 9 o'clock. For my friends in England, 3 o'clock, right? Because your turn signal's on the other side. It's always a surprise to an American when you rent a car in England and you hit the turn signal switch and the wipers start going. This guy has to be at 9 o'clock. And there's a spline, the spline's down here at the bottom. There's only one little cutaway here for the bolt to go through the steering U-joint. So this only lines up one way. So when you're putting the whole steering column back in the car, you've got to make sure that this guy's at 9 o'clock. Doesn't matter where the wheel is, you can pop the wheel off later on. Look at my video number 1. That's the first video that I ever did, changing a steering wheel, popping a steering wheel off on, I'll think of his name in a minute, is Midget. Anyway, you have to get this guy in because this has to line up. Those two holes have to be in line. And then you have to move the rack and pinion up into the bottom of the column. I'll show you the rack right here. Come on over. Houston's going to come over and take a picture here. You can see that there's a groove cut all the way around here. So this can go in anywhere, 360 degrees. Doesn't make any difference, but you're limited on the upper column as to where it goes. So I had to take this whole thing apart to change a $3 part. I don't know what this costs, but anyway, it's not very expensive, I'm sure. This is the fume excluder that goes around the steering column that keeps all the nasty fumes from wafting up into the cockpit when you're driving along at 40 miles an hour. And I had to remove the inner column to change this. As long as they're doing that, good time to paint the outer column and to get this whole thing back in correctly so that the turn signals will work. That's just as easy as that. Later on, it doesn't make any difference. In 1977 MGB, you can take the pinion out of the rack to change the left-hand motor mount and put it back in helter-skelter. Doesn't make any difference. Maybe the steering wheel is like this, maybe it's like this. Just pop the wheel off, move the canceller, put the wheel back on, you're home free. The earlier cars, oh my gosh. So you just have to be aware, just pay attention when you're doing it to get it done correctly. So just a quick little information thing about the earlier steering columns. So if you got any questions, call me. I'm almost always available, happy to help, and keep your car on the road. So today, what should you do? Drive your MG. Till later, safety fast.